So I'm Sean Valles. I'm an assistant professor at Michigan State University, where I'm joint appointed in the Lyman Briggs College. My first sort of real interest in philosophy of medicine was, and in philosophy of biology, was thinking about the way we construct, develop, provide evidence for evolutionary hypotheses. I'm especially interested as a philosopher in the way we try to bridge the gap between evolutionary biology and clinical practice, because there's such an enormous gulf between them that we can learn something very interesting about human biology, including human evolutionary biology, but what does that mean for trying to give people better lives? So evolution is, there's a certain coldness to it that's not present in medicine. So evolution, survival, reproduction. Whereas if you ask pretty much anybody, how would you define well-being, they might include their ability to survive, obviously, and they may include something like their family or their ability to have children, but that's not going to be the end-all be-all of what they care about. And so we might care about our fitness indirectly to some extent, but for the most part we're concerned with things like, what's my mental health level, how well do I feel today? These things that might have some impact on my fitness. So if I feel exhausted all the time because I'm working too hard, or if I feel healthy because I'm having a better diet, that'll have some sort of impact on my ability to have viable offspring and to survive for longer. But that's not really what it's about. And so as humans, we're pretty much about well-being. That's what we care about. But the overlap with fitness is actually, it can be pretty limited, although they mutually inform each other quite a bit. And so how do they inform each other? It's just such a very complicated issue that for example, if I define myself as someone who wants to have children, then if I found out that if I were sterile, for example, then that would hugely impact my well-being. It would overlap quite a bit with my fitness. That if I couldn't have children, I'd have low fitness. I'd also have low well-being. If I decidedly did not want children, I refuse to have them, I will never ever do that, then I'd have quite low fitness, but my well-being would be fantastic. My well-being could go down if I had children. And so so fitness and well-being they can sort of diverge and converge again. One can go up, one can go down. They might track each other to a certain extent, but trying to deal with them both at the same time is going to be very tricky. And so what I'm advocating for in this project is that we be very careful about defining, are we talking about mismatch that's going to hurt my fitness, or mismatch that's going to hurt my well-being, because they're not the same. And once we even get into the issue of well-being according to what definition, because there isn't just one.